Somebody says power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Hello po, welcome to this episode of Arot Catolos YouTube channel at ngayon ay pag-uusapan natin ang power in Philippine politics and governance, senior high school. What is power? In its nature, dimensions, types and consequences of power. How is power exercised in different situations by the state and government? Ayon sa isang batikang sociologist, Max Weber, power is the ability of an individual or agent within a social relationship to carry out his or her own will despite resistance from others. It is the ability of one person or group to exercise influence, persuade, and control others by authority or force to get others to give in to their demands. Kahit na sa isang napakaliit na pangkat katulad ng pamilya ay mailalarawan natin ang power. The imposition of values and desired behavior starts in the basic unit of society. And in a society where the prevailing pattern of authority is based on patriarchy, the male figure, usually the father, exercises power over the spouse and children and over other males in an extended household. I-extend natin ang usapin sa politika, which is the main focus of our study on power. One primary cause of human conflict is the uneven distribution of powers among the members of society. Alam din natin that power is associated with wealth, prestige, leadership, and authority. These dimensions of power also determines who exercises power and decides who or what class of people will enjoy the consequences of power. Power is the ability to achieve a desired outcome, and in politics, it is usually thought of as a relationship. Ang kapangyarihan o power ay ang kakayanang makamit ang hinahangad lalo na sa politika. It is exercised in the context of relationships, whether in a small group like a family or in big institutions like corporations, companies, and the state or nation. Ang power ay naipakikita sa pamamagitan ng authority. Ang authority ay ang pinagmumulan ng kapangyarihan o papaano ang power ay nililikha. Mula sa pananaw ng authority ay mayroong itong tatlong uri kung saan nagmumula ang power. Una ay ang traditional authority. Ito ay bunga ng napakahabang panahon ng pamumuno na naging tradisyon. Dito ay hinahawakan ng isang leader o isang pangkat ng tao tulad ng mga hari, reyna, emperor at mga kauri na dugong bughaw o royalty. It is passed from one generation to the next as a matter of birthright o minamana. Makikita ito sa isang uri ng pamahalaan na tinatawag na monarchy. Pangalawa ay ang charismatic authority. A charismatic authority is an authority based on the personal appeal of a leader. May kakaibang katangian ng isang tao na isang charismatic leader na nakaka-inspire sa kanyang mga tagasunod. Halimbawa ng mga leader na may charismatic authority ay ilang political and religious leaders in history tulad ni Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela at iba pa. Ang mababasa natin sa kanila ay hindi lamang ang mga principles and advocacies na kanilang ipinaglalaban, kundi pati na rin ang kanilang exemplary personal character. Ang pangatlong uri ng authority ay ang rational legal authority. Ito yung authority na nilikha bunga ng pagsunod sa mga rules and regulations katulad ng eleksyon o appointment. Ang isang leader na namumuno sa pamamagitan ng authority ito ay nagpapalakad ng isang bureaucracy. By the way, a bureaucracy is an organization with a well-defined, structured division of labor, level of authority, rules and regulation in an impersonal and official atmosphere. Sa konteksto ng Estado, bilang kumakatawan sa will of the people, the state exercises a set of powers that are inherent in the existence of the state. Ito ay ang police power, eminent domain, and taxation. These three powers are necessary for the state to effectively carry out the general good. According to these powers, the state is allowed, for example, to impose laws limiting individual and property rights of citizens. You will be enlightened more about this when we talk about the state on the next video. Sa bahagi naman ng pamahalaan, ang power ay ginagampanan ng iba-ibang sangay ayon sa kani-kanilang tungkulin at kakayanan. The three major powers of government, namely legislative power, executive power, and judicial power, are delegated to the three major branches of government ayon sa anyo ng pamahalaan ng bansang Pilipinas. Isang prinsipal na kaugnay dito ay ang separation of powers. Sa ilalim ng 1987 Constitution ay itinatakda na ang mga sangay ng pamahalaan ay dapat na maging independente at magkakapantay-pantay. Sa ganitong paraan, walang sino man sa kanila ang lalampas at magmamalabis sa kanilang mandato. Ang delegation of powers ay isa pang konsepto sa governmental powers, kung saan itinatakda na ang mga powers na ibinigay sa isang sangay, as a general rule, ay maaaring ipagkatiwala sa isa pang sangay sa pamamagitan ng isang malinaw at tahasang paggawad ng kapangyarihan. Ito na nga ang delegation of powers. More of this when we discuss the three branches of government later. So whatever ideology or form of government, power appears to be the main concern, since sa pamamagitan ng tamang paggamit ng kapangyarihan ay maidudulot ng Estado ang the greatest good for the greatest number of people. Thanks for watching. God bless and keep your face mask while in public. Sige na po, see you soon.